sometimes we'll just be like, we're human, like just go out and play. And that was like the hardest thing because everyone felt like they had to put on this front because we were like the most talked about and watched high school team. But we would like, at the end of the day, you still gotta hoop. You can't be a robot out there, so.
You know, but when it comes to like, you know, having, you know, we call it the sideshow. You know, the sideshow is because you guys are so big, everyone wants a piece of you.
Yeah.
Welcome to another edition of No Chill with Gilbert Arenas. Tonight, and I say that tonight because it's after hours here, Gil. I'm Mike Botticello. Gil.
What's happening?
Say hello to Amari Bailey. Lefty.
Yes,
we don't get a lot of
sir.
lefties here.
Yes,
You know
sir.
what? They're a rare breed. They're a special breed.
Facts.
And here at Chatsworth, Sierra Canyon, high-profile school, but you originally come from Chicago.
Yeah.
So it's about time, Gil, we get someone from somewhere else to speak up. Because we always talk about LA Hoopers, and I'll agree. I just like to present other cases, right? So for other parts of the country, other parts of the globe, but Chicago in particular, there's a style of play there. So you were originally from Chicago, you migrated here to LA, so now you see those two worlds.
Yeah.
What is it about Chicago Hoopers, first of all, that we need to know about?
Every Chicago Hooper got grit, some type of grit. That's for one. You can be playing against someone, it might be the weakest person on the floor, but they'll give you the hardest time just because of their pride. Like, that's one thing about Chicago basketball that I picked up early on, for sure.
What does that mean to you?
No, that's what they have. Grit, grind from back when I played with Will Bynum. You know, you got all those, Will the Thrill, like you got all those guys that, you know, Quinn Richardson, that's what they prided themselves on, just playing hard, you know, and then you add the athleticism out the roof. You know,
athleticism, so.
Like the most athletic kids are from Chicago.
Iggy?
Iggy's Chicago? Hell, his brother jumped higher.
That was what I wanted to bring up.
His brother, I seen him.
No shoes on winning.
You ever met his brother?
Nah.
Huh. You think, okay, so you've seen Iggy, right?
Yeah.
So he has an older brother. I was in the gym, and they were just going back and forth. He said, bet the 10 racks, bet the 10 racks.
Yeah.
He was like, no, you can't do it. You're old, you're washed. He said, bet it. Iggy was like, bet. So I'm not paying attention, so I'm just sitting there, and all I see is someone jump, stand still under the rim, between the legs. Whoa.
Oh.
And I sit there, was like, did he make that?
Yeah.
And they were like, yeah. Do that again.
Did it again.
I mean, he jumped and just threw it in. Whoa. And I was like, yo, where do you play? And niggas said, he don't play basketball. It was like, he don't know. They said, jumping, he's probably the highest jumper in the world.
Yeah.
Come to basketball, he don't know how to dribble and walk at the same time.
Yeah.
And I'm sitting here like, yo, just let me have some of that jumping. Let me have some of that jumping ability. That's sitting at like a 52, 50 something. I'm like, dang. But it's like from day one, Will buying them all of those jumpers, just people who can just get off the ground.
So there's that foundation. So it starts with that grit, athleticism, sprinkle in some creativity, right? Now you bring that out to LA.
Yeah.
So how do you combine those styles?
I feel like my grit and like just my mentality on the floor, like that's gonna take me over the top in like a lot of aspects. And I feel like my creativity, I don't know, it like brings a flavor to myself like not a lot of people like really know. So how's the training out there for your age group?
Is it a big difference from, you having West Coast trainers versus the guys who will be training in Chicago?
Yeah, I feel like the guys, you gotta come across the right people in Chicago because I don't feel like everyone in Chicago knows like what they're doing. They just know like how to work hard. I feel like you come out to the West Coast, they're like more, like there's a variety of options out here that you can choose from. So I would say that, but you gotta pick and choose your people wisely in Chicago.
Yeah, because it seems like just from social media standpoint that you'll see all these like dribble kids and guys who can shoot. They don't live here and then 2-3 months they're stationed in, Cali now.
Yeah.
So it seems like everyone is just
migrating
here, and it seems like, like even for, young kids, it's like, do you want to stay in the same state you're staying and watching all the trainers migrate there, and you just like, okay, I got to Instagram the move, like, okay, I can.
Yeah.
So it seems like, the advantage is coming to the West Coast kids because
everyone's coming to the West Coast.
Everyone's coming to the West.
Facts. We'll acknowledge that.
Oh, wow. Okay.
We'll acknowledge that.
Okay. That just sounded weird coming out of your mouth. I don't know, facts. Like, it didn't hit right.
Well, because I knew you probably want me to argue with you.
No, I'm just saying it didn't hit right. Just that word, it didn't.
You weren't expecting that?
No.
Yeah.
Right?
I like to catch them off
It just
guard.
didn't hit the same.
The other thing, though, you want to recognize that the competition is here, too. And I think that's probably what you crave more than anything is to recognize, like, man, if it's all happening there, I gotta be there. Or that when I'm there, I'm gonna remember this is, really where I came from.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, I feel like I've always had that mentality, like just line them all up. It doesn't matter who it is. Like I don't really care. And I just felt like everyone is like on the West Coast. Like everyone wants to play someone from Cali. That you like look at the history. Like I'll just go recent. You want to play Stanley Johnson. You want to play the Josh Christophers. You want to play like everyone that's in California. You feel me? So.
I heard that about you. They said you take all the smoke. They said it's like, from when Cash is there, you're like, yo, let's play ones.
Yeah, right after practice,
They said the same thing.
Yeah.
Yo, William, let's play ones. So they said, that you about that. Like you just want to challenge everyone. You didn't care who it was. Practice, they said that you were a student of the game. That you always wanted to get better. And that's a big compliment because, when you're in high school, you're just playing off of just natural ability. What you see on Instagram, but they say, no, he studies the game. He practices 3, 4, 5 times a day, just trying to get better.
There's a reason why we're taping here at night.
They said, the best thing about you, which is a very great quality, is you adapt quick. See, people don't understand that about hoopers. If you can't adapt, you could get lost in the game. Because let's say if you played the point your whole career, we'll say Dennis Smith Jr., and then you get someone like Luka comes, and they say, all right, be the 2, and he's never learned how to play without the ball, he gets shuffled. You're talking about a guy who had a promising career, gets shuffled, and then goes to New York, same thing. So, you want to be a guy that they put you at the 2, you know how to thrive. They put you at the point, you know how to thrive. So you never have to worry about getting bounced anywhere because you can play with anybody.
Yeah, I've always, like every gym that I've been in, I've always had this conversation with other players because like, one thing about like, guys that are like younger and they have like this type of swag or they have like this publicity and that publicity, like they like lose the sight of like there are other people that are in the league, like that are grown men that know what they're doing. So like I always say, if I get drafted to the Bucks, like I'm gonna have to defer to Giannis. So like what am I gonna have to do like while I'm on the Bucks that'll help them like get over the hump, like that's always been my thing.
Yeah, and that's how it is. It's adapting to the environment, and then once you adapt, try to be dominant.
Yeah.
And it takes a while to adjust to different stars, and that's where your IQ comes in at. You figure out what they're great at, their weaknesses, their strength, and then you play within that. So if I know you're on a break and you're on the right side, and I know you're gonna always fake baseline and come back middle, I'm not gonna cut.
Right.
You know what I mean? I'm not gonna cut because I know you're there. If I know you pass great, going a certain way, I'm gonna stay on your passing side.
Yeah.
So that's how you survive and you grow with other people around you.
When you get like a certain role that you're not really accustomed to or you're used to, like the best thing I think you can do is just embrace that, because once you embrace that role and like what the like culture is trying to like bring you into, your like leash is gonna get longer and longer, and that's what people fail to realize. And people want to just move around instead of like just sticking to like what like you gotta do.
Yeah, that's that. That's that old man. Coach ain't with me right now.
Right.
That's
yeah.
that saying. Because I know you went from a 2 and they put you at the point this year, right?
Yep.
And then you tried to get the team involved.
Yeah.
You tried to get the team involved early, and then once you realize that like, I can just play. That's what I said. It
was a transition at first.
Most of the time,
sure.
Because in our minds we think 2 guard is the scorer, the point guard is the playmaker. In reality, it's guards, forwards, and centers. Well, in today's game, it's a little bit, different. You got you got centers that can play the point, and it's whoever your best playmaker is. So the reason that they throw you to the point is because your vision.
Yeah.
So all you do is just you play your game still, knowing that your vision is point guard like. So you can still make those easy passes. It's like if you look at somebody like Westbrook or James Harden, they average 36, they average 27, and then you're like, how do they average 10? Because they're so aggressive attacking that every pass they make, they're open. But if you just try to sit there and just play make and you're not shifting the defense, then all those passes are meaningless.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, that was my problem like at the beginning of the year. Like I watched film on myself and I'll like look back at the beginning of the year, like even midway through the year, I'd just be like, what the hell was I doing? Like, I could have broke this dude down, got someone a shot, could have got myself a shot, but I didn't like really peep it until like the end of the season.
Yeah, but that's all of us. All guards, we don't understand what our purpose is.
Right.
We get hit with play make. So all right, you just want me to pass the ball all the time. So all right. No, that's not playmaking, that's passing.
Right, yeah.
That is passing. Playmaking is going making plays.
Yeah.
That's whatever the best play is. So if you have an advantage over somebody, take that advantage every single time. Okay, my corner guy's there, boom, he's helping, I'm gonna pass it. Boom, he hits a 3, next time I go, I'm gonna fake it, he's gonna go, I'm gonna make the layup. Right. You use your gift to get where you need to, because if you take away your gift trying to help someone else out, it doesn't work the same way. You can go there and make 100 passes non-aggressively and have 5 assists. And you be like, yo, what's dude doing?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So you just gotta do you.
Yeah.
But here's a question. What if your gift is both? What if you can score and distribute? So you think of a guy like Luka, right? Mm-hmm. Really, he's a mismatch because of his height at the point for everybody, And then he also can set up his teammates.
Yeah.
So his mindset is, I'm just gonna pick my spots.
No, that's the same thing with him. Because their vision is great, all you do is just play the game.
Yeah, like I don't think you can like, I don't know, you can't go into the game like just looking for stuff, like unless you know your personnel, but like, I just feel like he said, you just gotta play.
Mm-hmm. Just play attack, just play your best ability. That's what I was taught in Washington, because you start reading and like, yo, he only averages 5 assists. And I'm saying like, but I pass the ball way more than this.
Right.
They just put the ball on the ground, they don't shoot. You know what I mean? And then I kept it was killing me. And the general manager came down, and Grunfeld was like, why are you trying to be a point guard? He said, last game you took 5 shots and you still only had 7 assists. And I was like, yeah, I peeped that. He's like, yo, just go and do you, just do you. The assists will come. Sometimes when you're at the rim, the big man there, just drop it off a couple times.
Yeah.
That's all you gotta do right there. Just drop it off, lay it up to him. And I'm like, all right, okay. Then I had to, had to understand that.
Yeah.
Or as they say, let the game come to you. What I want to go back to is what you said is, you welcome that competition and the challenge. You want the smoke.
Yes.
People don't understand that. You just say, oh yeah, don't you want to play everybody? There's a difference. Some guys just don't have it or are wired in a different way. What is it?
I just feel like there's like a certain it factor and it's like very clear. Like you can like look in someone's eyes and tell like if they like have that like in them or not.
But that is facts.
You can like dead ass like look at someone and be like, yeah, nah, he's not like that until you show me otherwise. That's just always been me.
And that's that's a great gift to have too, where you can just look at a guy and just be like, all right, he's soft. You know what I mean? He's more internet hype than he is a real basketball player.
Has to be a lot of these guys too.
And it's confidence, but you'll see a talent out there, and like when people say, yo, why he didn't make it? He didn't have it. He had the skill, he didn't have it up here. He didn't have the heart. So whenever real competition came and challenged it, he backed down every single time. He was ghost.
So the important thing there too is that you're measuring yourself up against your competition. I mean, that really is what you want to know.
Right.
How do I stack up against these guys?
Yeah. I mean, I've just always, I don't know. Until like proven otherwise, like I play to be the best. I don't play for any other reason. So like if you're the best player in this gym, like I want to play you. I don't really care for anyone else. I know like what I'm capable of. I'm not gonna say it, but like I know what I'm capable of. I just want to play you. So that's always been my thing, to just play the best competition, the best people. I don't care if I lose, win, like I'm gonna run it back. And that's just been me.
And even if you lose, let's say, you can evaluate, okay, these are some things I need to work on, or things I want to like really just solidify.
I'm like, I didn't lose. Like I just missed shots. That's all. Like I didn't really lose to you. Like you didn't get the best of me. I just felt like I missed shots or whatever the case may be.
You can't look at it as a loss. You gotta look at it as a lesson that helps me get better.
Right.
You know what I mean? It's one of those things where if you're playing someone better and he gets the best of you, you just evaluated where you're at and what you need to work on.
Right.
It's like the only way you get better is to play against better players.
Right.
You know what I mean? If you keep playing against the people you're better than, you're not gonna get better. Yeah. They're gonna get better. You're not gonna get better. So you wanna always keep, gravitating to the best.
Yeah.
If you're number 3, go find number 1. You become number 1, go find number 1
next class.
And in the next class. You know what I mean? You gotta keep, just keep striving for, better players.
Right.
Because at the end of the day, once you get thrown into college and the NBA, there's no age.
At all.
At 24, you're trying to be the best player in the league. It ain't, I'm trying to be the best 24-year in the world. Nah, I'm trying to be the best player in the league. I don't care about your age. I don't care about none of that. So that's the importance that, you can't back down. You gotta, the NBA is about mentality. Basketball is mental.
Yeah.
So, even in high school, he's supposed to be nice. I'm gonna look at him. I'm gonna look at his swag. See, how many times he gonna look over here, stare. I'm gonna just stare at him. So when he catch eye contact, he can see, I got my eye on you.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Just to, it's that Mike Tyson. You come out, we just going eye to eye to see what you're about, just to see if I can see through your soul. And be like, oh yeah, he ain't got it today.
Yeah.
He's scared guys. You know what I mean? Because that's half your battle.
Yeah.
If you can get a guy scared before you step on the court, and I used to do this, like, I'll tell my people, like, yo, I'm about to throw it, I'm gonna go there and do a regular dunk. Just be like, oh! I go up there and do the little one hand. Back then, it was just a quick little one hand. What y'all do now? I was like, go up there and dunk it. Yeah, I was windmill. No, I ain't get that to NBA. You go up there and dunk it. Everybody, oh! You got the whole side looking, what did you do?
Yeah.
Do one of those, that freaks people out. You believe it or not, it scares. Intimidation.
So I have a question, if you mind ask. So like, what you said, like basketball is mental. I think it's like 95% mental. If you ask me, what was your biggest like transition mentally, like going to the league?
Being a kid amongst adults, because they're stronger, wiser, more experienced. So no matter who you are, no matter what pick you are, when it comes to experience, you are last.
Right.
So because of that experience, you're like the little puppy that's scared. You're scared to mess up. So you start playing like how you played when they put you at the point for the first time. You're so timid. You don't want to mess up. You don't want these guys to look at you for because there's that totem pole,
Yeah.
and you just, wait my time. But, once you get past the thought of that and just say, yo, they're basketball players, I'm a basketball players, let's just go at it.
Right.
Let's go at it.
Solid,
Like, I remember when I was playing one-on-one against Larry Hughes, it was 27-3. I scored 3. But he wasn't beating me. He was beating me because I was scared. It was Larry Hughes. You playing you playing defense, he get in the defensive stance.
Yeah.
I'm just checking it, and it's like, yo, that's not my game.
Yeah.
So the adjustment is, being a kid trying to be an adult.
Yeah, okay.
And that's all it is. It's just trying to be a professional.
Yeah.
Professional. But it's to the end, it's you're a kid in an adult atmosphere trying to blend in.
Yeah.
It's while still trying to be who you are. So, when you get there, when you get there, be you. No matter, be you. You go in there, I don't care what pick you is, hey, what's happening? Where the rock at? Who wanna play one?
Take us inside what it is like at Sierra Canyon, because it's a high-profile program, but still the really important thing that, of course you're gonna get everybody's best shot, but you have to identify everybody's roles. So how did you guys sort that out to where everyone's gonna be in the right place?
I think the good thing about this past year's team was that we all kind of knew each other, and we all knew what each other was good at. Like, I knew BJ was a supreme scorer. I knew Z Will was like a point forward. I knew Taryn, he liked to score the ball. I know Harold, he doesn't really want to go inside. He'll go inside. You get what I'm saying? So we knew each other's personnel already, and we had people that were returning, so it wasn't that hard. And people, players made it abundantly clear what they were here for. If you get what I'm saying. So BJ came out here, he made it abundantly clear he was here for business, and you can see he took over. Mm-hmm. You get what I'm saying? So it's everyone kind of had their set role after the practices. You kind of get to know who's who and what's what. So it wasn't that hard.
But I gotta think everybody was there for business.
Yeah, everyone was there for business, but there are people that are here for business, and then there are people that are here for business, but they kind of what comes with all that kind of what comes with the whole package. You know what I'm saying? So.
I remember seeing some of the scores, and then I'll see Coach Dre, and I'm like, man, you got too many horses, bro. Let them go. Yeah. Let them go, bro. This ain't Cleveland 1998, man.
Right.
Let them go. You just let them just run everyone out the building. I mean, you have the athletes, you have the scoring ability, you have the talent to do it. Try to put some things in where you just let them flying up and down and just run everybody out of the building. And he started doing it. He was like, I was doing me early. Now I'm letting them do them a little bit better.
Yeah, towards the second half of the season, everyone started to realize everyone understood his discipline, but then as a unit, we all knew too, all right, we just gotta go play. And at the end of the day, we can't just keep, harping on what he's trying to tell us. Mm-hmm. Or the discipline that he's trying to instill in us, and just go out there and play at the end of the day.
I always, got this from coaches. No matter what they're talking about, as long as you play hard, it kind of washes out
everything.
It kind of washes out everything, you know what I mean? It's
Well, then the pressure's on the coach, because played our ass off, we lost. So
but as long as I'd rather have a team that goes just ball out. They're just playing 100 miles an hour and don't make anything. I'd rather have that than have a lazy crew.
Right.
You know what I mean? I don't want a lazy crew. A lazy crew, you can't win. At the end of the day with them. But if I got a group that's gonna go out there and they're gonna be picking up full court, they're doing this, they're doing. Hey, there ain't really much I can. I'm a yell just because that's what I do. But other than that, it's just y'all play. Y'all go out there and play.
And when it comes down to it, you guys have the tools to execute, which is the good news too. But for you, how do you approach your role? First of all, you have to identify that, but then, I know you're a deep dude. You're well thought out. So for you, what goes into that?
Well, I went and sat down with Coach Dre, and we talked about my role. He was like, yeah, like you averaged like 10, 12 points like your first 2 years. He was like, we're gonna need like 25s and 30s like to get over the hump. But this year's 10 year, I'm just like,
What?
and he told me something. He was just like, go out there and play how you did in 8th grade. And like that just like rung a really fat bell. I was just like in 8th grade, you have all this, how do I explain it? I don't know, it's just like you get to high school and then it's just like, you feel like you're in like this box, but you're really not. Like you're really not in the box. Like you're boxing yourself. So I just get to go out and play now, and that having the ultimate green light, that's something that everyone wants. So
And I used to say it a long time ago. I think I said it was on my early in the podcast where I was saying, it's like having a pit bull. He ain't scary if you got the leash with him. You take that leash off and let him walk by himself. Now that's a scary pit bull.
Yeah.
So with coaches, if you don't let your pit bulls off the leash, no one is gonna be scared of it. So when you have that sit down and he says, hey, I need you to do this. I need you to 25, 30. So he doesn't max just, hey, 25, 30, whatever. That means whatever you gonna do it. Be your 8th grade self. Dominate.
Right.
You know what I mean? That right there, without if he would have started the season right there after that conversation, you would have averaged 25, 30.
Facts.
Because mentally, he just unlocked some doors that you thought was shut.
Yeah.
He walk in there. And that's what I tell coaches, like when you see your talent, keep letting them know you have the green light. Green light. There's no yellow. There's no yellow. Green. Green. You know what I mean? Because you want their creativity to keep going. Just because once you tell a kid that, hey,
slow down.
Just don't do as much as you thinking you trying to do. He becomes narrow-minded.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And you don't want a narrow-minded basketball player.
And they second guess themselves.
Because, basketball is gray area. It's not black and white. You know what I mean? I can't say, all right, you're going to go out there and you're going to average 12 points, 6 rebounds, 4 assists.
Yeah, nah.
Because
like that.
What ends up happening is, if that kid is talented, he's going to actually give you that exact number.
Yeah.
Because he's so talented that he can dial down his game just for those numbers to make you happy. When he really had 20, 12 and something in his body.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it's like you want to give your guys who have the green light. Just let me see what you're capable of. You want to try a windmill 360 on the fast break? Let me see it. You know what I mean? It's like I want to see what comes up here when you're on fast breaks, you're in traffic, because once that kid unlocks everything, his game becomes unstoppable. Like James Harden. If someone would have put clamps on him, you wouldn't be getting all this creativity you have. The Luka, you wouldn't be getting that. The Trae Young throwing it. I'm guarantee you, nobody. The coach ain't said, "Hey, don't be throwing it between people's legs." That ain't. No,
they just let him play.
Do you?
Yeah.
So his brain kicks in a whole different level.
For you guys too, though, at Sierra Canyon, you're getting everyone's best shot every night. Which is that the toughest thing you got to face?
I don't even think it's that, to be honest. I just think it's us as a unit, and we know like everything that, I don't know. It got to a point in the season, like whenever like we would have our team like discussions, like before the game, we'd just be like, we already know like everyone's at our neck. We know like not everyone is our fan, but like we still have the hardest thing was just going out and playing. That was the hardest part. And I say that because like that's like it gets real draining after a minute. Like you walk, like I remember like I'd walk in the locker room sometimes, I'll just hit a camera. And I'll be pissed. Like I'm just like, yo, like I don't want to do this, I don't want to do that. I'm not trying to go talk to like sometimes we'll just be like, we're human, like just go out and play. And that was like the hardest thing because everyone felt like they had to put on this front because we were like the most talked about and watched high school team. But we would like at the end of the day, you still gotta hoop. You can't be a robot out there. So
You know, but when it comes to like, you know, having, you know, we call it the sideshow. You know, the sideshow is because you guys are so big, everyone wants a piece of you.
Yeah.
You guys gotta understand also and try to, I mean, this year too, that you're gonna have to put some boundaries. You know, you're gonna have to put boundaries, you know, but in the NBA, we had the same thing. College, we had the same thing where pre-game, you know, if something happened, you got cameras. Hey, so, this person just said, you know, they'd like for you to pass the ball a little bit more, right? That's before the game. Now I'm looking like, what are you talking about?
Yeah.
So he ain't saying I pass. You know, now you sitting here, you know, like, oh, he want me to pass the ball to him. You know, so there was a point in my career where I said, I do not do interviews before games.
Yeah.
I don't talk on the phone before games because at the end of the day, there's nothing that this reporter's gonna say that's gonna help me play. There's nothing on this phone that's gonna help me score 30-something. Yeah. There's nothing on there there's nothing no one's gonna say, like, good luck, babe. Like, babe, this ain't gonna help me score 30. I'm trying to listen to my pocket. You can't stop me. You know what I mean? There's nothing the reporter's gonna tell me that's gonna help my game. So if it can't help it, then the only thing it can do is hurt it.
Yeah.
You know, so it's one of those things is, you know, if the cameras are in, you say, not until the game's over. You know what I mean? With the whole team, put the rule, not until the game's over with. You know, we came here to perform and do our duty. We want to keep our minds sharp. Right. We're not gonna let, you know, questions come in, answers come in, that's gonna just take away from, you know, what we're here to do. We'll talk to you after the game.
Right.
You know what I mean? So you're gonna have to start putting stuff in there like that, you know, just going forward anyway. You know, understanding that, you know, when it's game time, it's game time.
Yeah.
You know, it's just one of those, get into a routine. Routines is more important than we think.
Yeah, I didn't find my routine until mid-season. Yeah, I didn't find mine until mid-season. Get some Alfredo, take usually, so like we'll have like, in the morning we'll have team shoot around, come back. That's when I usually, like, if there's normally like an Olive Garden everywhere we go to, so I'll get an Alfredo.
That's a heavy pregame meal though.
What, Alfredo?
Yeah.
I feel like I get a little
It
energy.
slows you down. And
Nah,
pasta,
see, that's not your routine. Keep going.
Alfredo, take a shower, normal take, nap, and then I have a peanut butter and jelly like not even like 20, 30 minutes before, and then like it'll just, I don't know.
What's so funny is that's gonna be your routine forever.
Yeah.
As long as you're lactose tolerant, because
No. But I'm saying is that
changes.
because he's had success with this, it's gonna be his routine until something else. Like, you know, mine was Boston Market. You know, I go to Boston Market. I go to Boston Market, and then, you know, take my nap, watch my
mac and cheese.
I'll watch a movie. So my thing was, I start the movie and fall asleep to the movie for my pregame, and then when
Wait, is Boston Market in every city?
No, this is for at home games. Road games, it was a cheeseburger, salad, fries.
Yeah, that's a terrible pregame meal too.
And the Coke. But I mean, I'm eating this at 3:30.
Doesn't matter.
Yeah. Hey, people got their ass busted off that meal, okay? All right? Mm-hmm. And then at home, I had to drive the same lane. So it was a 2-lane Georgetown Pike. I drove in the same lane. I don't care how much traffic it was.
Every game?
Every game. So, you know, the only time I'll have a problem is if they shut this lane down, I get all the way to that person and just refuse to, like, it depending on what time I would just wait for the tow truck to go tow this shit. I ain't in a hurry, bro. Yeah. Like, it'd be stuff like that. Like, I'll be late to like, if I get there at 3:30, I'll get there at like 5:36 because I refuse to just do that. Yeah. Like, nah, I'm just late. Ain't gonna mess.
That's my pregame.
Because if I do that, that looks like it's about to be 17 to 25. This right here is 30 to 40. Yeah. You know what I mean? But that's what my brain told me. And that's what my brain told me. And then you can stories like, if I had a bad game, bad half, I shower. I'll take a shower with the uniform and everything on.
Wow.
Wash all that, dude. That was bad. I'll wash that stink off.
Yeah.
I just washed it. I'll just wash it off. I'll take my shoes off, shoes and socks, and wash the jersey, and then
How did it dry?
I didn't care about it being dry. Just wring it out, and then put it back and go.
Yeah.
That's you'll see. You read about it. Go out there, 40.
Yeah, I had this thing with Trolley gummy bears too. Like once the season started, like Trolleys and Skittles. So like every time we get like a TV timeout, because like we would be on ESPN a lot, like a TV timeout or like just like any type of break, like I asked one of the assistant coaches, like slide me some Trolleys, like some Skittles, and get me over the hump. Yeah.
Get you over the hump.
That's
Yeah.
superstition.
That's all it is.
All right, Amari, you got one in early, but it was unofficially an Ask Agent Zero, so now it's officially Ask Agent Zero time.
Man.
What do you have on deck?
I'm gonna start off with the easy one. Who was like the hardest player that like every year you're like, yeah, I gotta be ready for this guy? Like
Allen Iverson. Allen Iverson. Allen Iverson. because you know, I always say like Allen was that he was like that white boy player in high school that played balls hard, like sweating on you playing.
Okay,
but he was the talent. You know, it was the talent. You know what I mean? So you know, he's playing 150 miles an hour the whole time. Like, so you're gonna go from him getting a steal here to him saving the ball, jumping 4 rows into the what's the name? Somehow he got out of that and made a layup.
Yeah.
Like, wait, what? Like, you know what I mean? That was his hustle. Like, you know, if you know a ball got knocked loose and you like jogging, I was about to go out of bounds, he sprinting to it, die. Like, he was one of those guys. So when you played against Allen, it was one of those things that he is the Red Bull.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So, you know, trying to stop him from scoring was a whole issue on itself.
Yeah.
Because, you know, green light, you know, he had no conscience. He's trying to score 50, 60. Yeah. But it's matching his energy was what people didn't understand. Right. We got to match his energy to even compete with the 60. Right. You know what I mean? So it's one of those guys, you got to pick him up, you know, 64 feet. You got to do all that. It's like, it's, because, you know, like on offense, you got to try to get him tired when you don't have the ball because you don't want him to rest because he's doing the same thing. Like, it was just, you know, it was like, you'd rather guard, to be honest, you'd rather guard Kobe.
Really?
Than Allen.
Why?
Because with Kobe, he's going to go to his spots. You know, it's going to, I'm walking down, come on, woo, woo, woo. Yeah. You already know, you
know what's coming.
You're going to get someone who's trying to score 60, but there's different types of 60. Yeah. This guy he's a 60 headache.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's one of those 60 headaches where it's like, it's just a nonstop coming. Mm-hmm. Like, you know, I know, you know, Kobe got the ball every single time, but it didn't actually feel like it. Yeah. Because it's like, it went through offense. Yeah. You know, it went through offense, he cut, passed it, backdoor, this. Okay, he came to he looked around, he didn't like it, passed it, reposted. Okay, whoo, got some breaks. Yeah. Allen, as soon as he got the ball, he went to go try to score. If he didn't, he passed it, got it back, then tried to score. Yeah. He didn't like that, he got it, then tried to score. Yeah. It's like, God, like you. Yeah. So you're sitting here like, stop me real quick. Yeah. and don't have on number 3. Yeah. If you had on number 3, he took it personal.
Amari, we need a quick, I'm gonna jump in, we need a quick answer on this one. There was a famous crossover where he got your teammate, Antonio Daniels, not once, but twice. Remember the play?
Also, I remember the play.
because you also, I see that play a lot. Yeah. You were in the corner, and you knew not to jump in there.
Because we don't supposed to leave the corner. We're not supposed to leave. You're not supposed to leave the corner. You just you know, you got to shoot in the corner. See, that's the NBA. Like, I guess.
Yeah, you can't leave corners.
High school and college is like let the corner shooter shoot.
Get stunned and get back, right?
Yeah, some players. Yeah. Some players you just don't even flinch. Stay home. Yeah, just stay home.
Yeah.
So.
Because the big man's supposed to pick him up.
So Antonio was on an island.
I'm gonna tell you how crazy that play was. So the play was he bopped him, boom, bopped him again. Mm-hmm. Everyone jumped up cheering. We inbounded the ball, drove down, dunked on Chris Webber and Dallenberg.
You did?
Yeah.
I never saw that
I
side of
know.
the play.
Stay hyped.
Yeah.
Stay hyped. Yep, it happened right after. Like, soon as that happened, we inbounded, ran down, and boom.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, but the crowd was already still
Off. Yeah, you already know what it is. Did it ever feel like a never-ending cycle? Like, damn, like, what am I gonna do?
When you're losing.
Okay.
Because you got to remember, when you're losing, you're going home by yourself. And you have to dwell on that loss all day. Now, that's what I'm saying. It's not like college where, you're going back to the dorm and then y'all gonna be sitting in the dorm like, when y'all go home, you back to wherever you at. You know what I mean? And you sitting there like, man, 0 for 12. Coach didn't do this, man.
Yeah.
And then, catch yourself 2, 3 in the morning, can't sleep, you back in the gym.
Yeah.
Like going in, you just go in the steam room in the jacuzzi.
Yeah,
that's what I'm
just to
saying.
be around.
It's one of them, you don't live by time anymore.
Right.
The only time that matters to you is practice time, game time. The rest of the time is basically relevant. Like I'll wake up at, 2, 3 in the morning and be like, man, I'm gonna drive 45 minutes to go to the steam room. Go to the steam room, sit in the hot tub, go back home. I just know I gotta be back here by 10 o'clock.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it's different.
Yeah.
Right now your time is, it's managed.
Yeah.
It's managed, so you don't see. That's why I said, what we're in right now, to quarantine, is basically how that's how NBA life is be. Either you're gonna spend the time just practicing all day because you ain't got nothing else to do.
Yeah.
Or you sit there and play video games.
Yeah. What was like take a time machine back and travel to like your rookie year? Like what would since you've already been through the league and you know what it's like what would you tell your rookie self if you could have one conversation with your rookie self before you can't talk to him ever again?
Yeah. Stay patient. Stay patient, trust the process. I can't tell my rookie self to take the beginning of the season serious and don't be afraid, because the failure from, how I was, being immature, that led to me being benched. That me being benched turned to depression. That depression turned into anger. That anger fueled me to get better.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So if I warn myself, of listen, hey, take this shit serious now. No, I don't know if I get the same result of that player.
Yeah.
Because the anger is what made me tap into, my ability to get angry, to sit at the gym from 6 in the morning to 6 at night, to pretend that I was homeless, that I'm sleeping inside the gym. There was some times where I couldn't afford gas to go back and forth, from, Alameda to the gym. So I just slept in the gym. Mm-hmm. So I got to sit there and shoot all night and, just reminisce and just put plays back in my head that I seen Jason Kidd do and try to mimic it, So, if I tell myself that, be mature, so you don't get benched, I don't know if that anger is ever tapped into. Yeah. So I, just be patient, be patient. What I would have told my superstar self is shoot after games like James Harden. Really? Now I'm mad that I didn't think of that shit.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Damn, all I did is just go home and play Halo and set up to 3 in the morning when I could have been shooting shots. Like James Harden shooting shots. And then I could have won an MVP. Now that's what I'd be thinking. Like I came in second and runner-up, but if I was shooting shots like James Harden's doing now, after games, I would have beat him for his MVP.
Yeah.
Also, while you're back there, tell yourself, don't worry about the fish tank in the SUV.
No, reality kicked in on that one that I couldn't have kept him alive.
That was good news. let's wrap it up because I know you got early workouts tomorrow and your workouts go all day for people that don't know, which is why we're here at night, which is why you're the player you are. So, you know, we can get out on this. And here's a secret. Those cameras and reporters and producers and people that are in the way, you can tell them, not right now.
Yeah.
And that'll get you, that's a good answer to take forever.
Not right now.
Because guess what? They'll say, okay, no problem. They'll understand it. If they don't, they probably won't be around you. So, so that's the good news. You know, it's a show always, but, you know, enjoy it. Enjoy the ride.
Enjoy the ride. You know,
That's the best
I can
thing.
say that enjoy the ride. You know, this high school is going to be just a blimp. you know what I mean? It's going to be a blimp, but what you want from it, you want a foundation of a work ethic. You know what I mean? That's all you want, a foundation of a work ethic. And that will just, that will take you as far as you want to go, having a work ethic, you know. And that's you know, that's all, you know, when people ask me about high school, it's like, I just worked.
Yeah.
I didn't care about anything else. Like there was nothing else I wanted. I just wanted to be better than everyone else. So I just trained like a mad dog.
Yeah, and I was having this conversation like in the car, like on the way here. I was just thinking about like how my day-to-day is. Like you can still get your work in. People like often like you can still get your work in and I get the work in, I still go do the 16-year-old kid stuff that every other 16-year-old in the world wants to do.
Yeah, you just gotta, that's what I said, it's just sacrificing time here to use it here.
Yeah.
You know, that's all it is. You know, if, let's say you wanna go hang out with your friends, okay, maybe I gotta wake up at 5 o'clock and go from 5 to 7, 5 to 9, and get my 4 hours in then, and then I got the rest of my day to actually be a 16-year-old. You know, and that's where I call, most of my training came before school even started.
Yeah.
You know, I just walked across the street, walked into the gym, 5, 6 o'clock in the morning, got all my shots up, took a shower, went to school.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's, you know, what's so funny is I've seen a bunch of your players, you know, working out at 360 at 7, you know, 6, 7 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah.
And I'm like, man, why I ain't think of that in high school? Like it was, I was like, I should have did that.
Yeah.
But we didn't have trainers back then, so you know, I was just get on a little shooting machine, do my own little in and out crossover.
Yeah. Get them up.
But you had the dedication and the sacrifices that you're making. You're already on it. So, Amari, appreciate you coming on.
Appreciate you, fam.
I'm gonna be watching. I'm gonna be that dude in there. Hey, shoot it! Now don't pass it to him. Don't pass. Oh, nah. Shoot that. Shoot it.
Yeah.
He's in your corner.
Yeah.
So that facts. Didn't sound any better?
No.
All right, well, we'll catch you next time. For Gilbert Arenas, Amari Bailey, I'm Mike Botticello. Remember, No Chill every Monday, 8 p.m. on Fubo. Take care.